And this week we're going to be talking about Aqua Teen Hunger Force and why it's one of the best shows ever to reach television in the history of mankind, only right next to the moon landing in the 1960s. Somewhere between the moon landing in the 1960s and Kim Kardashian's porno video that everybody loves so much. I know that I loved it so much. Ho-ho! So we're going to get right into it. Now, some of you may be thinking, what's so great about this show, Chris Yeti? Well, I don't know what's going on. Let me tell you something that we're here all today to observe and talk about many reasons why Aqua Teen is the most amazing show ever. Let's dive right into it and discuss some of the reasons why Aqua Teen is worth watching if you've never seen it before. Number one, the characters. We can't go anywhere without the amazing characters and the voice talent that this show offers. It is silly at a superficial level, but once you start getting into it, you realize the depth and intelligence. It's fantastic. Okay, we have, of course, Master Shake, and then there's Frylock, and then Meatwad, with all the anthropomorphic fast food items. How often do you see that? And how often do you see that in a successful environment that isn't just completely crapped on? Master Shake is the arrogant, self-centered one, while Frylock is the intelligent and level-headed one, and Meatwad is the naive, childlike one. Each of these characters are unique, and they play together very fantastically. Their personalities are just hilarious. The interactions between them are pretty priceless, and it's impossible not to laugh at their silly antics. Number two, the absurd humor. One of the main reasons why Aqua Teen is so great is because of its absolutely ridiculous humor. The show doesn't take itself seriously, and that's what makes it so funny. It's not afraid to be weird, random, or completely nonsensical. The humor is often crude, but it's also clever and witty. There are so many moments in the show where it's just absolutely ridiculous and you feel like turning it off. But then as soon as you turn it off, you're like, wait a minute, I need to turn this back on. But in the best way possible. For example, there's an episode where the Aqua Teens become detectives and they end up fighting a giant spider. I mean, when you put that on paper, that's just absolutely absurd, but it's hilarious when you get into it. Number three. Another reason why Aqua Teen is so great, it's because of the references. The show is full of pop culture and David Cross, and he makes pretty much everything hilarious. But anyways, ranging from movies to music to current events, if you're a pop culture junkie, you will love the references in this show. Even if you're not, the references are still pretty funny, and they add an extra layer of humor to the show. For example, there's an episode where the Aqua Teens become rappers, and they end up making a diss track about a rival rap group. The rap group, of course, being called MC Pee Pants, which is a reference to the rapper MC Hammer. And it's just one of the many examples of how the show incorporated pop culture references. All right, number four, the voice acting. Let us not forget about how amazing the voice acting in Aqua Teen truly is. It's like, on one hand, it deserves a Nobel Prize, and on the other hand, it's like, what the is this? The voice actors, they do an incredible job of bringing the characters to life. Who else in the world could bring a cartoon cup, a cartoon box of fries, and a ball of meat? Like, that doesn't make sense on any level, but these guys deliver it, and they deserve an Oscar more than Leonardo DiCaprio does. He actually got his Oscar recently, but he had been like 25 years without one. He's screaming and yelling all he wants, and it never got there. But it's just hard to imagine anyone else truly doing these voices. Dave Willis, who voices Meatwad, and Carl also co-created the show with Matt Malirio, which just goes to show how talented he is. I mean, think about it. Going from Meatwad to Carl. I mean, I can't even do Carl. Let me try it right now. Hey, what's going on, Fry Man? You guys are probably unsubscribing just from me saying that. So my point, even more so, these guys didn't have anything to base the characters on, and they rocked it. They absolutely rocked it. Tonight, number five, the animation. The animation couldn't be made without the voices. So last but not least, the animation style is simple, but it works perfectly for the show. 11 seasons, 12, was it the 12th season coming out soon? The characters are easy to recognize, and the animation is able to capture the absurdity of the show. The show's creators have said that they intentionally made the animation style simple, that they could focus on the writing and the humor. And it's paid off because David Cross keeps returning, and he's amazing, because the animation is just iconic as the show itself. All right, well, that's it. That's what I'm going to call it. These are just a few of the many reasons why Aqua Teen Hunger Force is the most amazing show in the history of mankind. So if you will excuse me, oog, must rip head off, oog, upset, oog, out of here.